Why is it a secret? The secret is because it's not important who's underneath those the hooded sweatshirts. What is important is what they're walking about.
I think Chi contributes to Longwood a real sense of spirit, pride, and appreciation for all the things that make Longwood a special place.
But not having that homecoming weekend that people come to and cheer, yay, rah, rah. We had to create our own traditions. And I think for whatever reasons, we've been able to embrace those traditions, and we've changed our traditions to adapt. And to a degree, it is a little weird on purpose to kind of promote that. What the heck is that? And what does this mean? And not that every student will ever embrace what exactly it means, and not that every student will graduate understanding what the spirit of Chi is, but it's there if they want to be a part of it.
I think one of the things that makes Chi what it is, and I can only speak for Chi, having been a part of this organization, is the fact that it is not about the members that compose its working staff.
It was a secret society that was devoted to benevolent purposes. I think everybody saw it that way. I think it had more of a mysterious aura then than it does now. I think Chi has worked to change that for the better. I think Chi is a better organization today than it was then.
If you go back to 1972, that is when the organization changed its purpose. The rotunda symbol was not the university symbol at the time, but Chi adopted the rotunda symbol, adopted the colors blue and white versus a skull and crossbones, adopted the idea of recognition. I will say that there was an in-between stage when the skull and crossbones organization started to recognize people with what they called the Chi Phantom. And that was probably the 60s and 70s. And that was when the beginning of an organization or group of people was starting to recognize that spirit and recognize people for the work that they were doing. The organization became more about the spirit. And it didn't become an organization, it became a spirit.
Getting dressed in the robes that we wore then, and there was more of a secret environment, I think, than there is. Well, it was a different kind of secret environment. But yes, remembering the walks and the little chants that we used to sing as we walked along.
I think Chi's burning has a very different, I think people have a very different understanding of what burning is and what it truly is. If there's a person that reveals himself at burning that means something to you, that's a great aspect of what Chi is about. It's hopefully recognizing the people who are recognized with the Chi Commendation are what burning is all about.
Service is one of the biggest parts of Chi. So it's definitely an eye-opener when it comes to service and how you serve the Longwood students, but also the general Farmville community. Just being in the organization leadership is another big thing. So some people in Chi are more known across campus than others. You find that out when you burn, but we're all leaders in our own way. And we try to highlight that in different ways when we're together and promote it across.
No, I think Kai is very hard to explain. I think to say that it's a spirit is something that people are trying to like, what do you mean, like a ghost or like rah-rah, like athletic spirit? I always say that it is truly just that feeling you feel when you walk on our campus. And to a degree, I think that's what the spirit of Chi is making sure that everyone belongs, everyone feels like they belong. Since 1972 and now, I think the idea of it being a spirit is much more important than it was. That those who are represented to participate in walks and those types of things are not necessarily Chi, they're representatives of that spirit.
Yeah, so, Chi is always looking for ways to express themselves to the campus community. So, all of the things that Chi does is intended to promote the spirit of Longwood.
5, commence freshman Peyton Richardson.
I think as a student, I think I was always into the secrecy of it. I think I was always into the, what the heck is that about? And honestly, who was in it and how they got in and those types of things. I think now, I think having one, grown up, but two, watched the organization from many different avenues. It really is part of Longwood. It is part of that thing that makes us truly unique. I think you don't see secret organizations like Chi anywhere else. You see secret organizations that have different meanings, but to have an organization or to have a group of people whose true role is to recognize the contributions of other people, that's pretty rare.
I was at Burning last year, and really just kind of watched a student, a young lady, bawl in tears of joy when her name was announced as someone being recognized. So I feel like I'm more attentive to that, and that just brings me joy.
I think if all the things that I have learned about Chi from 1986 until now is that the motto of service to the whole without seeking honor for thyself has become my true understanding of leadership, my true understanding of what good people do. It's not about a title. It's not about recognition. It's not about day-to-day activities. It's about taking the time out to realize how other people impact not only me, but impact the world.
We assemble to promote and support our college community. Chi wishes to maintain a spirit of cooperation among everyone here at Longwood.